Hey, Waylon Kranz, hello. Coolest guy, what's up? All the homies hanging out. How you guys doing tonight? I'm just building up these Black Templars. It's Primaris Crusader Squad from the Black Templars army set they released in 9th edition. Dark Angels Aggressors, nice. I don't think I've ever painted aggressors, but I've always liked the look of them. You doing standard Dark Angels colors? Zoom in a little bit. I know I've got some mold lines I need to take care of on this, but I'm pretty happy with how these guys are coming together. No purple robes. Oh, nice, Waylon. I see all the ads for it on YouTube and everything. I hate how predictable, but like frustrating all these mold lines are on these backpacks and everything. Did anything new come out today? Do you guys know for anything? It's Saturday. I was like, oh, it's Saturday. What's the new big release? I don't know. I looked at the website and like the new releases is like starts with the Bretonian, made to order stuff that's going away. And I know the pre-orders are today for like the Votan and stuff, but I don't know if anything new dropped. Pro tip for anybody who's watching this after the fact, if you're cleaning mold lines off your miniatures, don't clean off like just regular old mold lines with your blade. Use the back of your hobby knife to clean those off. But if there are pieces of flash, like really egregious pieces of flash sticking onto your model, then you can use the blade of your knife, but be very gentle and don't gouge out any of the plastic. Like, see here, all of this cleanup is just stubborn mold lines that I'm doing right now. Just mold lines that are just a pain in the butt to look at. But once they're gone, they really do make a world of difference. But see, this is a piece of flash. Get rid of that with just scraping with the back of my hobby knife. So protect your fingers. Don't have your finger right here because that's a easy way to get big hole in your hand. Just work on the flash with the blade and then flip it over and do the mold line removal. That's like a beginner tip. If you've been in the hobby for more than a little while, you probably know that one already. I remember when I first found that, like, oh, I could just use the back of my hobby knife and I can scrape as hard as I want. I was like, oh, this opens up a whole new world. So like the Space Marine helmets, these are the worst for this mold line that goes right down the center. I hate it. How much money do you think the Imperium spends on chains with the Black Templars? That's a good question. I saw this hilarious thread on Reddit that was like, everybody says the Black Templars are this super racist army, but if you think about it, since they're crusading, the Black Templars are like the exact opposite of racists because they recruit from wherever they go. Like Space Wolves will only ever recruit from Fenris. And you know, you got some Space Marine chapters that only recruit from the home world. Like that's pretty prejudiced. The Black Templars, they'll go anywhere. Like, hey, are you old enough to hold a gun? Then join the Black Templars. Probably shouldn't say anything controversial on stream. I don't want to get demonetized. I love everyone. I like, you know what? I like these Black Templar Primaris Crusader squads because they've got these like belts with the buckles. Everything is like molded onto them. They look like Primaris, just like intercessors, right? And once you get everything on them, they actually look pretty cool. Like, look at that. Look at how that fit on the leg armor right there. Then you can kind of tell which way the torso is. Like there's little grooves for the belts to make the tunic bunch up naturally. So you just find the groove, baby. It's amazing. I'm linking in this video, for those of you who are watching and are interested, the last Black Templars army set I could find. It's at a pretty good discount too. It's off of Walmart. So check it out if you are at all interested in picking up this set. In the set, you get a Primaris Redemptor Dreadnought. You get a Primaris Crusader squad. You get a Marshal. And yeah, that's it. I was doom scrolling before bed and your light popped up. Hey, Silly Lunks, I just want to say hello before you head to bed. Get some sleep, my friend. Get some rest. Tomorrow is another day. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate you, brother. I kind of like when this character, this one sculpt has, and thank you for everybody who hops in and leaves a like, even if you don't stay or chime into the chat. I appreciate that very much. If you just come in, hit that like button, and dip back out, then I am super thankful and appreciative. Have a good rest of your night. Thank you. I want to tell you guys my experience. I don't know if you've been over to TikTok. I've been trying to grow a platform over there, and I want it to be different than my YouTube platform. So that platform is a little bit more about the experience of being a dad and being a dad, gaming and hobbying, and also like a lot of memes and this. You've seen some of the silly videos I've been posting up on my YouTube shorts lately. There's a lot of me coming up with that on TikTok. What kit are you assembling? Hey, Patrick, this is the Primaris Crusader squad for the Black Templars army. I've already pre-cut everything out. So I'm just cleaning up mold lines and assembling them because I think that part is more fun than looking at the instruction manual and looking for all the pieces. I've basically just clipped out all the pieces and lined them next to their bases, except for this guy. That Dreadnought is probably not going to get built tonight. But I've got 1, 2, here the Sword Brother, and 3 of the 5 Initiates. And then I've got the 4 neophytes. And once the dreadnought is built, which I'll probably do off camera, then this army set will be built. So yeah, I've linked in this video the Black Templars army set, like the last one I could find in the wild. I think it's really, really cool that I was able to find it on the Walmart website. So if you are interested in Black Templars, you don't have it yet, I would suggest you get it if you are a fan of the Black Templars, because it's got the limited edition hardcover 9th edition codex, even if the codex is out of date. It's got some great artwork. It's got the cards, which, you know, might not be worth anything either now, but I don't know, as a collector, I like to look for good deals and good finds. So yeah, if you're a Black Templars fan or collector, I would suggest you check it out and see if it might be worth it, because there's a huge discount on, I found, like insanely huge, because it's an older edition, I guess, you know. So they're like, gotta get rid of it. Price it to move, price it to move. Sell, sell, sell. Oh, I'm missing some comments. Did you hear about Arthur Bones' 40K house burning down? What? He has a GoFundMe if anyone can help him out. He pretty much lost all of his Black Library books, minis, laptop, and recording equipment. Holy cow, I did not hear that. Who is Arthur Bones? Is he a YouTuber? Is he a designer? I don't think I know who that is. But holy moly, that's rough. These are Black Templar Colonel Metis. These are the Primaris Crusader Squad. Oh, come on now. The Primaris Crusader Squad. If you guys have never seen one of these, it's basically, I thought it was interesting too, when I first was like trying to build and paint these up. You have one sword brother, which you either arm with a power sword or a power axe, and a hand flamer or like a combi bolter. He's like the leader, and he's on a 40mm base, okay? And then you get 4, what they're called Primaris Initiates, and they have like a bunch of different weapons, but they're basically like assault intercessors with robes on, and you can give them helmets or give them bare heads. And then you've got the scout guys. You've got, oh no, you get 5 Primaris, right? 5 Primaris intercessors, and then you get 4 of the scouts. Lang, he's a YouTuber and makes really good and funny lore videos. That's a bummer then. That is a bummer. You know, I've seen power swords are the ones to use, but I don't know. In the new, like, everybody's like writing in Reddit, like what the new meta is with the codex, right? And I don't know, but I love the sculpts of these, because I think I mentioned it earlier, but you can see where the grooves are for putting the robes, like where the robes bunch up because of the hard buckle pressing up against it. It's just really nice design, which I usually fault Games Workshop for. But personally, you know what? I like the look of the sword better, because I want to show it to you guys. Or I don't know if I can show it to you. I don't know if I have an example of it, but right now he's got like one hand on the power axe and the other hand is holding this hand flamer, right? But if you decide to give him the sword, he doesn't have a pistol. He has like a holstered weapon, because it's a 2-handed sword, and he's holding the sword up with his right hand, and the left hand is open, like it's about to grip it, but it's like it's reaching for it. And it's such a cool pose, and the sword is like held next to his face, so it creates like a very vertical line. I love both of them, but they say this is definitely for the meta. You want to get the hand flamer, and yeah, I guess I'm just gonna run him with the power axe because he doesn't have a power sword. I thought this army set would come with a Black Templars upgrade sprue, but it doesn't. So All right, Silly Lung, thank you very much for popping in. My wife just got me my first mini. Is it okay if I use super glue as an adhesive? Okay, if it's a metal miniature or if it's a resin miniature, Angry Bearded Guy, then you can use super glue. In fact, I've been using super glue tonight for gluing some feathers back onto these resin knights because my wonderful daughter, so inquisitive, thought these were so pretty that she wanted to rip them off and look at them. And by the time I realized what she was doing, she'd already ripped off the feathers of, I think this guy was the one. Yeah, see, you can see where I super glued. So if you're working with resin or metal, then you should be using super glue. And if you're using super glue, you should be using a thicker super glue like this, extra thick. It's like how I like my women. And you want to make sure that you use, excuse me for that terrible joke, a super glue accelerator, because this like basically cuts any drying time. When I was a kid, I tell this story a lot, but I used to work a lot with metal miniatures back in the old days. Warhammer and Games Workshop, you'd have so many metal miniatures in your army. So I would glue the two pieces and I'd hold them together. And because when you press the pieces of metal miniatures together, all the super glue leaks out the sides, my fingertips were eternally crusted. And they had this nasty, like, layers of super glue crusted on it, and then I would be spending hours afterwards just scratching them off because I was an idiot. I was like a kid. I didn't have gloves to use on my miniatures when I was working. Today, they have this, so you basically put the glue, super glue on like the arm, and then you use the spray to spray the body, and then when you press the pieces together, in a matter of seconds, the super glue sticks. So I would suggest getting yourself one of these, accelerator, as well as super glue. But if you're working with plastic, like Games Workshop has converted 95% of its stuff to plastic, then for the Emperor, I would use a plastic cement or a plastic glue. I'm using this, it's terrible. I'm only using it because I want to get rid of it. I want to use it all up. But I've linked in this video, along with the Black Templars Army set, I've linked a product called Tester's Non-Toxic Plastic Cement for plastic miniatures. If you use that, there's almost no smell. This has a very strong scent that my wife can smell the minute she comes out of the bedroom upstairs. So I'm hoping that she's sleeping already and she's not going to sneak down for a midnight snack, because then I'm probably going to get a slipper to the head because I'm using this indoors. It stinks and it's very strong, and most plastic glues and plastic cements have a very strong odor. It's very like not good. You smell it and you're like, oh, I feel my brain cells melting. So I would suggest using Tester's non-toxic plastic cement for plastic miniatures. I've linked it in this live stream, so you could check it out for yourself, and I think you'll be very happy that you did. The only downside to it, because like full transparency, I want to be honest with you guys, the only downside to using that is that it doesn't adhere as quickly as this Citadel stuff. Like I can just press the plastic pieces together, and with the Citadel plastic glue, it is almost immediately dry. Oh, almost. These guys would make a good base for more 30K style Blood Angels. Yeah, they would. Forge World has such beautiful 30K Blood Angels miniatures. I would love to do some more of them. For the Emperor Basilisk, have you tried the Tamiya cement? It's great. I think I have. That's the one in the little square, like it looks like a potion bottle, right? With the green capped applicator, I think. Thank you so much for the great info. I think mine is plastic as well, so I'll try to find some Tester's glue and some good ventilation. Black Templars, yep, that's the one. All right, yeah, Angry Bearded, I checked the link in my video. It'll take you to the Walmart website, where I think there's like a discount on it. So you could check it out for yourself, look at the product description, and it's got a blue It's got a blue label just so you could see what it looks like. And yeah, I, I like this pose. So I was like, how can you make this different, right? Because they're the same, basically the same bodies. But you can change so much with posing. Like I wanted this guy to have his gun a little bit down, like he's aiming lower at like a human size or like a grot sized miniature model enemy, and his power fist is kind of hanging at the side, like prepped and cocked, but not in a very aggressive pose, right? But then this guy, I wanted him to have his arm up, almost like he's shaking his fist, like he's going, these kids, get off my lawn. But then with having his gun up at the same time, I don't know. Looks kind of weird, but we'll just go with it. Oh, my helmet here. This is a good audience. I've got 66 people in the chat room. So, yeah, there we go. That looks pretty good. Oh, thanks, Josh. Glad you could be here, buddy. Hope you have a great night. Boop. Yeet. I have no patience anymore. I used to be like, oh, this person is just, maybe they're having a bad night or whatever. But you know what? I don't want someone else's bad night to result in my bad night or anybody else's. So if you are abusive or verbally, abusive to other people or to me or to what we're doing here, then please, I hope you understand and accept that I'm gonna be booting you. I always prefer the power fist on a walking model looks menacing. Yep, they do. I do like that these miniatures, like you're not stuck. If you follow the instructions, you're kind of limited to how you're gonna be building them, but you could, some of these you could just swap the arms out. Back in the old days, the old ways of building these models, you would have free reign to do whatever, like be as creative as you want, right? You could have torsos, because they made the torsos and the legs and the arms and the weapons like all separate. So you could swap out the arms and the weapons and everything, but now a lot more of these models are more monopose, which means they have to be built a certain way. The arms, like the angles only work a certain way. Like you can't just clip out everything on a sprue and throw it into a toolbox like I used to do with my Empire miniatures. I used to have like the legs and the bodies, and like Imperial Guard, you could do the same thing back in the day with the Acadian shock troopers. Now everything is a lot more, see, like this. Look how like precise that is. You can't change these legs out with another model because they fit like a puzzle, 4 to 4. Hey dude, hello from Scotland. Yep, Dan, hello. If you guys aren't in, look at these mold lines, I gotta clean that up. If you guys aren't in my Discord, I hope you can be joining. It's a great supportive community. We've got a painting challenge right now until the end of August, where we're trying as hard as we can to paint everything in our to-do pile, our piles of shame. We wanna make as big of a dent in that as possible. And the goal would be 5,000 painted miniatures. We've been going since May, June, July, August. It was a 4-month painting challenge this year. And I'm so impressed with what everybody's been doing. So if you've got anything in your to-do piles, I know you do. If you're watching this video, I guarantee you have miniatures that you need to paint. Then I hope you consider joining us for the last couple weeks of the Grey Crusade 2025. After 4 boxes of Crusaders and 3 of Sword Bros, I got plenty of spare weapon parts to make them all somewhat different. Nice. I have no Warhammer friends. Oh, come join the Discord. You can have more Warhammer friends than you know what to do with. I love my Discord too because there's such an eclectic like varying levels of skill. Like you're never gonna feel out of place because everybody is at different skill levels. Live, the Discord is linked to it along with some other links for things that I think you might like. But I think it basically says like join my Discord, and then it has the link. And you know what? If that's broken for some reason, I try to link my Discord, and some videos it works fine, and people are able to join immediately. And others they say like, oh, the link is dead or the link is broken. So if that's the case, then I'm sorry. I think you can go to any of my videos on my channel and use the Discord link from those videos. I don't know why sometimes when I make these live sessions, no matter how I try to prep and get the right Discord link, sometimes I'm not able to. I gotta download again, but I'm out just now. No worries, my friend, no worries. Where did that go? Oh man, oh there it is, okay. Woolish, did you get the new, any of the new menus? The Execrator or the Ancient? And I don't know why you would, you already have so many of them, but did you also get the Combat Patrol? It's always nice to hear from like actual players of whatever I'm building, because then it's like, okay, I'm on the right path, you know? I love these stupid, goofy haircuts too. Oh, they're so great. Hey, the one from the past. Look at that. The one from the past is a channel member, and he has that funky badge next to his name because he's been a channel member for like 3 months now. Right on. Mr. Island Paint. Hello, I'm actually super proud of myself. I kit bashed a Knight Armiger into a Chaos one. Very good. You know, kit bashing, building, converting, that part of the hobby was like my favorite thing to do. I don't know why he's looking so far down his nose. Like, what's going on with this guy? There. Show everybody your beautiful face. All right. Yeah, once this glue is dry, I'm gonna have to go back and shave off some of these unsightly mold lines. How are you doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing well. Thank you. How are your miniatures? Oh yes, finished my Execrator. Got my Ancient sub-assembled, waiting, priming, ordering another Execrator, and sword broke it. Nice. I really like how creative. You know what? That's what I love too. At the beginning, when I first started my hobby journey, I used to love kit bashing and converting and finding things that could be used in other armies. That's like such a great joy when you're first starting this hobby. I heard somebody say, I heard this great analogy. They said that Warhammer is like 3 different hobbies, on top of each other's shoulders, wearing a trench coat. If you think you're getting into one hobby, you're not. You're getting into like 3 different hobbies. You got to build and assemble and paint, and then there's the game itself. Or I think the building was like one, because you're kit bashing, the creativity, right? Because you can be a really good painter, but not really skilled or caring about the painting of the miniatures. Conversely, you could be really good with like putting together pieces and kit bashing and making stuff look really nice. And then you pick up a paintbrush and it's doo-doo, baby. Doesn't look good. Or you could be good at either or both and not very good at the game, or you could be really good at the game and just not care about the art. That's what's so great about this hobby. Like, at the end of the day, we're all spending the same money. Unless you're 3D printing. when I got back into the hobby, I was so into the painting. Funny thing, I spent a silly amount of money, but I never played a game against another person. Wow. Dude, I love the Black Templars you made. I love the use of red. That the power sword too. I love how you like posed it. It looks really great, man. Really, really great stuff. If you want to see the one from the past, he's got an amazing Death Watch collection, from like the smallest single Space Marines to these giant war machines, and all of his stuff is on the Discord. So another reason to join. You can see most of the people who hop into my chat here are also on the Discord. Okay, thank you, Yep Dan. Have a great day, have a great night wherever you are. Hey, look at that, Wolish. Thank you for joining. So the link is good. That's good to know. I'm always afraid of the link not working, because sometimes I'm always hearing like people say the link is dead, it's broken, and then I have to like redo the whole description. So good. I'm glad the link worked. What I love about the squad, the Crusader squad, I didn't know this until I was getting into the lore of it, right? You have the sword brother, the sword brethren who's leading it. Then you've got basically like knights and their squires, because you've got all of the Primaris initiates, which are your standard like intercessor looking guys with robes. And then each of them is assigned, or they're supposed to be assigned like a scout, a neophyte, who teaches them the ways of the chapter and how to fight in combat, and kind of like watches over them. It's like basically their squire, their serf. And I'm like, that's such a cool thing for this army. Like, I've never seen another Space Marine army have something like that, where you've got the master and the apprentice. And basically, like outside of combat, they like fulfill the duties of like a squire to a knight. So cool. Let's see, all the neophytes have this ridiculous haircut. Looking like Nick Carter from the Backstreet Boys. Warhammer. The sculpts are so much better now too than they used to be. They have like so much detail. They're so crisp. All right, I'm excited. I really didn't think I'd get this far in the build before my back gave out on me. Is this right? Yeah. See, look how it's so dumb how these pieces all come together. They're like at a diagonal, and then you got to slide them up, and then you got to push them backwards this way and that way. Yep, like I said, you're gonna see some mold lines. I'll fix it in post. If you guys are enjoying the stream and you haven't hit that like button yet, I hope you consider hitting that like button, sharing it, leaving a comment, doing all the things that will help nudge me up the algorithm. Also, if you're not a member of the Discord, I hope you consider joining that to get your hobby fix. Olish, if you're still around, I don't know if. Ooh. I don't know if you're still around, but I'm. Good lord. See, this is why I don't like building things. I have such butterfingers in my old age. I'm a cranky old man. What was I saying? I found a copy of the Black Templars army set from 9th edition. I found it on Walmart's website, so that's what I've linked in the video. If you guys check it out, it's going to take you to Walmart's website where you can see for yourself the legendary Black Templars 9th edition army box. Chucked up 3 of my recent models. Yes, I saw. Thank you. Well, I didn't see it, but I saw the notification. Awesome. Fantastic. Ooh, unsightly mold lines. Yeah, looks like Nathan Fillion. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. I'm painting a pre-Heresy World Eater army as my first mini. Nice. I say finished. There's always something I want to go back and add or touch up. I love pre-Heresy World Eaters. Good gravy. I used to work in my garage. Now I'm working in my living room, but I used to work in my garage. And let me tell you, when you drop one of these little pieces in a garage that doesn't have like a treated floor, and you're working on like an old work table, wooden work table, workbench, geez, it is gone. Kiss it goodbye. You're not getting it back. It's a cool pose. He's like walking and looking on his left. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Oh yeah, and this is the sword brother. Okay. All right, on the last one. I bought this black felt sheet. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I'm not working off of my normal cutting mat. My wife has wisely told me that when I record off of this, it looks like I'm in a serial killer's basement, and that is not a good look for my channel. So my wife, I totally agree with. So she's like, let's go to Hobby Lobby and find another surface to paint on. And I found this foam sheet is only 99 cents. I couldn't believe it. I think I paid something like 40 bucks for this cutting mat. I just wanted something to record on, you know, and found this foam or felt mat for 99 cents. So I'm gonna go back and buy a couple more in case I spill paint or do some unsightly damage to this one, but Geez, for 99 cents. Can't go wrong. The scouts have a shotgun option, or the neophytes rather have a shotgun option, but apparently it's not such a good option to have if you're a Black Templars player. They just look so cool though. And I'm usually a rule of cool guy, but apparently it's such a big, I don't want to say it's a big no-no, but it's so unusual to have to run a neophytes element with shotguns that I was like, I'll just build them with the chain swords, because my goal is to paint these up real quick and list them on eBay and get them to a good home. And I want to make sure that wherever they go is they're gonna like it and they're gonna run it, which means no shotguns. So dumb. If you'd like to support my channel in a more substantive way, my super chats are open, but I would much prefer, instead of sending me a super chat, if you joined my channel as a channel subscriber, or a channel member rather, because then that would let me give back to you and make your investment actually pay off by becoming a channel member, getting access to all of my digital downloads on the Discord, as well as being able to participate in channel member only polls, and you get access to all my videos early. Now that I've become somewhat of a meme lord, I'm making all these little quick shorts on YouTube, and I make them, or I upload them a week in advance, and then channel members can see everything for free, along with all the other videos that I put up for free, or for public. Basically, channel members get them first. Wow, the one from the past. That's right. Hi, Evrax. I love Blood Angels. We're nearing. Hi, Dima. What time is it in Kazakhstan? And everybody else, let me know where you're from. I know the one from the past is from Australia, but I would love to know where you are from, because it's 1:30 in the morning in NorCal, and I would love to know where you are from. And what time is it? Like Dima in Kazakhstan, what time is it over there? All right. I got started. Sweden, nice. You should give your Emperor's Champion a shield if you have a spare one. Oh, okay. Are they allowed to have shields? Put it on his back. Or on his arm. His arm is like perfect for holding a shield, yeah? You could say that this is part of the rosary is part of the handle, maybe. Yep, I think I'm going to. Starting 1,000 Suns Army next week. Very cool, very cool. All right, I got started on the Dreadnought. I didn't get very far, but I can't really I can't really get any farther with it because I'm actually using the online instructions. Cool Army, thank you, Dima. So this is essentially it, and let me show you the. I've actually got the box here. What else comes in the Army set? See, I wanted to keep the some cool artwork like that. I wanted to keep everything in the shrink wrap because then I can sell it on eBay. But look at that artwork. Oh no, don't hit me. So great. Looks like Josh Brolin. I think everybody looks like Josh Brolin. Everybody in Warhammer looks like Josh Brolin to me. Look at that. That looks great. So cool. I wish the artwork, like the miniatures, actually look like this. Posted my Emperor's Champion. Oh, I have to check it out. Look at that. Bones on the shoulder pad. Oh, I see it. The one from the past. It just popped up in my notifications. Nice. I think if you have the red rim, it indicates veteran C. He's a veteran. You get some really good information from this artwork, like where to put purity seals, candles. If you have extra fetishes and stuff like the bones, you could put on, hanging from the waist. Oh yeah, this guy's got a power axe and a hand flamer. Whoosh. Right there, there you go. It looks like the miniature came to life. This is great artwork. Very cool. Still in the shrink wrap. So what are they called? Data cards? Yeah, data cards. That's it. And still in the shrink wrap, the limited edition codex with the assembly instructions here in the back and the front of the codex. Glorious John Blanche. Fantastic. Why did you choose the Black Templars? Just curious. Because I think I'm not playing them. I think I just chose them because I saw the army box was on sale. So I was like, oh, okay, if I buy it for this discounted price, then I could sell all the books and the cards, and then I can build and paint them up and make about 3 times profit and have fun and put the content on my YouTube channel, and everybody wins. So that kind of informs me. Sometimes I just go on eBay or wherever, like on Walmart.com or Amazon, and I'm just like looking for deals. But I'm gonna probably build this, like I said, on my own. Let's take a look one more time. So the Dreadnought, you get the Dreadnought in the army box, you get the Marshal, Emperor's Champion, 10 Primaris Crusaders, the limited edition codex, and the data cards. I've linked it in this video if you want to check it out for yourself at a super deep discount. It's a great deal if you want to pick one up for yourself. And yeah, let's take a look at everybody that came in the box. You must get all types of tail painting minifigures. Oh yeah. My wife, in my dreams. Then my wife hits me. She's like, what are you dreaming about? And I said, I'm dreaming about painting minis. You know what I also like about the Emperor's Champion and the kind of the Black Templars aesthetic itself is that they look like medieval knights. The armor looks more medieval knight-like with these straps and buckles, the belts, the things like the hanging lanterns. They look more medieval and knightly than the other Space Marines. Templars are my personal favorite chapter. Nice, perfect cell. Like, this guy's got a little skeleton. I didn't realize when I was building it that he's got like a whole skeleton on his shoulder. Or on his back, rather. And he's like whispering to him, "Hey, can we get McDonald's on the way home?" Ah, looks so good. I love my hobbies. Incel, right on. Just finished my champion yesterday, such a great mini. Oh yeah. Literally been building Black Templars all day. Just finished customizing a unit of Infernus Marines. Fantastic. That's why I gave my Emperor's Champion the shield. Yep, nice. And I like the power sword. I think I mentioned this already, the one from the past. I like the power sword you put on them. Doing the writing, the lettering on the inside. Here is the Sword Brother. He looks just like the artwork. Power Axe and Hand Flamer. Like he's walking, striding forward, like leaning. I like this such a great sculpt. The way he's leaning forward, like he's walking forward in this heavy armor, like the medieval gorget around his neck. Like the Black Templars aesthetic is so cool. They've got like shackles on their wrists, like prison shackles. Look down. And like it's connected to chains, which are connected to their weapons. Fan-freaking-tastic. And you've got the Primaris with the belts, all the belts, and the tabards. That looks so good. Should get some chains. Yes, I know, I should. Some hobby chains. The Crusader kit is also a gold mine for converting other Space Marine units with all the spare Templar bits. Yep, it is. You don't even need the Black Templars upgrade sprue, although it would be nice to have it. You get a lot of very specific Black Templar looking bits, but yeah, just having the Crusader sprue gives you such a ton of extra bits. Good for you, Portmanteau. I believe in you, buddy. Like this guy is like striding forward with his sword raised. I love how so many of them are like looking down the barrel. Really good. I looked at your miniatures and now I also want Black Templars. Yeah, Dino, check out my video playlist. I have a bunch of videos on how I painted mine up, how you can paint this really cool burlap texture on their robes to make them look very monk-like. And basically just like how I painted mine up, nice and clean with a good amount of detail work. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for checking it out. You got the Neophytes, aka the Squires. Conventional wisdom says go with chain swords and bolt pistols with these guys, then chain swords and heavy bolt pistols with the initiates, but give 2 initiates the power fist, and then give the sword brethren a hand flamer, and I believe power sword, but that's okay. No, little German boy, don't join the Black Templars. The Codex Astartes is a scheisse. Oh, thank you, Portmanteau. I believe in you, yes. Go forth, young man. Go forth and paint minis. It is the path to great power. All right, why did I pick this guy up? This is a Marauder Metal Giant. I think I was talking to the angry bearded guy earlier. I should have brought this up. I used super glue and Instaset on him because there's no way just having super glue that I could glue him together and keep him from falling apart. But you don't need a pin. You can, you should, in fact, pinning would be safer. Pinning is a lost art. I don't think many people know what pinning is anymore. I'm about 20% done with this guy. So if you're like, that guy's pretty ugly, yes, he's pretty ugly. Average Warhammer neckbeard in mini form. Hilarious Crucible 76. Yep. I know a couple guys in my club that look like this, actually. A couple guys in my club. In fact, he's dressed better than some of them. I think I can let my Black Templars rest. They need to be glued. So look at that, 1 hour to finish building the entire Black Templars army kit. Now let's move on to something else, and I will let, if you're a channel member, so the one from the past, I guess it's only you right now, I will let you decide what I'm going to be painting and working on next. We've got your Marauder Giant. I have a unit of 12. I think these are Highland miniatures. Oh, I think I have to shore this up a little bit. This is looking a little wobbly. 12 Highland miniatures knights. They're supposed to be Rake's Guard, but they can't call them that. So I think they're called like Sunland Empire. But they're pretty much like Rakeland Knights. And I painted one of these in, like, no lie, 10 minutes maybe. Yeah, so we could do a good speed like assembly line. And here's the guy, I'll show him to you. I was pretty happy with how he came out. Very simple paint job. Because I sprayed him with, I sprayed all of these with bolt gun or lead belcher. It was just a matter then of picking out the details and the colors. So that might be a fun thing to do. So that's option 2. And if any other channel members hop in, then you can be a part of the voting too. That's why it really pays to become a channel member of Warboss Tay, because then you can have these super fun little middle of the stream decision-making things. We can also unbox and put together some miniatures. I got a shipment of Artel W miniatures that I want to build up. So that might be fun. There's this Gladiatrix that is in resin. She's got some naughty bits. Well, I'm gonna have to cover that up. And she's standing on like a dead orc. She's like a Drukhari. Really cool. I love, this is like one that I love the sculpt of just because of like the form. I think her face is super pretty too. You can either have her like with a bare face, or I think there's one with a gas mask. Yeah, there you can see it at the top. And she's got like a ponytail. Really pretty. Or the Dreadnought. Jamar, hello. And then I've got some other Artel guys here. These are supposed to be, I think they're supposed to be racks. They're in resin. I need to finish these up. They look so much better than the Games Workshop racks. Like, this one's got like such a funny looking smiley face. The detail on these Artel miniatures is just insane. Hello, it's nice to meet you. Demonetized. Oh, womp womp. Well, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Oh, I also could do this. I wanted to get back to doing more of this. It's the hair effect. So how to put realistic looking hair on a miniature. It's basically, believe it or not, the fuzzy part of a Q-tip. You just take it with a tweezer, pull it off of the Q-tip, and then stretch it out. And what I did was different layers and basically just applied it a little by little to this bald poxwalker guy. And then I kind of brushed some black to make his hair look all gross and nasty. And I'm pretty happy with him. All right, the one from the past says horsies, so we're gonna go with the horsies. Let's put these back. That's pretty wicked, thank you. Hello, Zubeda. put the giant in the back. I've also got this black dragon I want to paint up eventually. Bonjour. All right, so why don't we stand up and grab a drink? I might brew myself a cup of coffee and we'll get our knights here ready to go. I'll show you my process for how I would go about batch painting and assembly painting an entire unit like this in one go. So you don't have to worry and get confused, like if you have to stop in the middle because your baby starts crying, you have to leave, and you come back the next day and you're like, where was I? I don't remember anything. I will show you a foolproof method for knowing exactly what you're doing and how to get it done. All you're gonna need is a journal or a book or index cards. I'm gonna use this planner that I've got. And I'll flip to the notes section right here. My entire orc collection combined is worth at least a low-end house. I believe it. And then you need a pen. All right, so let's take a little bathroom break real quick. I'm gonna run to the little boys' room, get myself a coffee, and then we'll come back. If you're enjoying the stream, I hope you consider becoming a channel member. And you can make decisions like the one from the past that guide my content mid-stream. Buy a 3D printer. That's the solution for everything. And also, what else was I gonna say? If you want to donate and send me a super chat, I would very greatly appreciate it. And it would go towards helping me continue to support me on my YouTube journey. It would also be really great if you considered joining my channel or gifting a channel membership to some lucky stream member. We've got 65 of you hanging out here. All right, so get a paper, get a pen, get whatever unit you're gonna be working on, and then we will come right back. All right, chat. My nice cold cup of coffee. I forgot I actually brewed it before I put my daughter to bed. I linked a video in the description of the video. This set of brushes from Golden Maple. It's absolutely fantastic. It's got a bunch of detail brushes here, some dry brushes. We're not really going to be using the dry brushes. think we'll be using one of these because we're going to be putting on some washes. Do my Mongolian voice. All right, so I don't want to get a community note or a channel strike. Let's add a new, we'll see, maybe later if I'm feeling cheeky. I'm going to do a new sheet to my wet palette. All right, let's do this part first. I always start with a new sheet for my wet palette. It's probably time. Look at that. My sponge is getting kind of nasty. It's just a bunch of different colored paints. Yeah, it's probably about time I change my sponge. All right, I'm gonna put some water at the bottom of the tray. White Skies is the best army. And new sheet on top. Somebody's like, why do you drain your tray? It's called a wet palette, not a damp palette. Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. Okay. So now I've got all of my tools. I've got everything ready to go. How long does making and coloring the minis usually take on average? It depends. If you're painting, like I'm going to be painting these cavalry models, or you could be painting a single infantry model. It depends if your models have lots of color and detail and little bits and bobs on them, or if they are like a Space Marine, which is the majority one color armor with some extra like leather pouches and weapon bits and stuff. So it depends on the model, and also it depends on how much you want to paint them. How nice do you want them to look? I generally try to paint my models to what I call a high tabletop standard, but there are people who are totally fine with their models looking like just a base coat and a wash, and like they don't even highlight. And there are some people who want to highlight and do all these extra details and add effects and add really nice basing and make it look their model is on a battlefield. And so it depends. Usually something 10 or 25 hours for one model, Eliseo. Oh my goodness, my man. Okay, so this is the plan for painting. We'll just call them Reiksguard Knights. Sorry, I need to get a new, what's it called, like a camera holder. This one is so janky. It's like a $9 one I got off of Amazon. So if it shakes, I'm sorry. What Perfect Cell? What miniature are you trying to paint? I can tell you my usual for most miniatures. I call it from gray to glory. Taking something from assembled but unpainted all the way to painted. All right, so I'm basically writing out a roadmap, okay? And I'm looking at these miniatures. After I built them, you might have seen the video where I assembled all of these resin miniatures. I spray primed them in lead belcher. My first orc build for 2 years. Is that how much money what? Is that how much money you spent? No. What? I don't know what I'm looking at, Eliseo. How's it excessive? Holy cow. That is a small, bro, that could have paid, you could have paid off all of my debts with that kind of money. Heck, I would have painted you in, holy moly. I got distracted. Wow, that's a lot of money. Okay, so I'm writing my roadmap, right? Base coat, already done. Lead belcher. So if you've already finished a step, you can cross that off, give your brain a little bump of dopamine. Job well done. So now what I'm looking at is basically blocking out all of the colors. Surprised you pronounce my name right, because most people say Eliseo. Bro, what are you doing? I am, what am I doing? I'm making my roadmap. I don't want to get lost along the way. So I got my test model here, and I'm basically blocking everything out because I want to assembly line batch paint the rest of these guys, and I don't want to stop to do any navel scratching or like, you know, deep thinking for the muse of inspiration. Oh, what color should I paint here or there? Yeah, I like them too, but good Lord. So after I did the lead belcher spray, I think I went in with the, did I do the known oil wash on the meadows? No, I did the horse. So Rhine oxide, then black for the hair. And it's a freaking 19, as first build for 2. Holy cow, Alicio. Holy cow. That's really great. And then I think I did Snakebite or XV88 for the reins. Now the tricky thing is one of my wonderful, beautiful daughters somehow lost my Mornfang brown paint. I don't know what she did with it, but it's gone and it's never coming back. So I'm gonna have to work out some of these colors without it. I think the gold was Retributor Armor. And then the white was Celestra Gray. Then I think I did Corax White. And then, yeah. So did I do the base coats? Corn Red. She drank it, yeah, probably. Age of Sigma. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a lot of money. And then the blue, I believe, is Calidor Sky and Altdorf Guard Blue. So Corn Red, then Mephiston Red. And then Evil Sun Scarlet. Yep, then the white. And then I think I did known oil at some point. Known oil's got to be before the Retributor Armor, I would think. Because I gotta darken the armor and the chainmail. So let's do after the black hair, known oil. Cross that out. I can't even keep track of all my boxes. I know, crazy, right? I mean, either Eliseo is telling the truth and his collection of orcs is $85,000 right now, which could easily pay off all my credit cards and dig me out of debt. or he's having a laugh. But you know, I wouldn't pen and pass him. There are people who've paid huge sums of money for these armies, and I regret my financial decisions. Don't mess with me, Eliseo. Don't mess with my feelings. All right, I'm gonna say that was it. So now what I did, gang, was I took my test model and I recreated in my head the order by which I painted it. Now, ideally, when you're doing a batch painting assembly line style like what I did, you would write all this down while you're going, right? So I didn't, and I just kind of went with the flow, and so now I had to recreate from memory everything. So now that I've got my map, I don't know if you can hear my baby daughter is crying, and so if she continues to cry, I'm gonna have to leave. I'm gonna have to cut the stream because The last time I tried to take care of her and put her back to sleep, I fell asleep. The stream lasted 7 hours. Everybody got bored. Okay, I hope you guys have a great night. We're gonna continue with this in the very next stream. Make sure you're subscribed and you've got the notifications on. We'll see you in the next one. Alicio, you crazy.